Hey guys, it's me, Topher. Welcome to the club, welcome to the fam. How are you? I hope you are well. Thank you for being here. So today we're going to do something a little bit different, you guys. It's something I'm having a lot of fun doing over on my other channel at the World of Filara, where it's, just reacting to things, generally just, exposing myself to new content and stuff. I know about Reddit, I've heard about Reddit, and I see things from Reddit all of the time, but I've never actually dived into it properly, and I didn't realize. I mean, it's quite a gold mine, isn't it? It's quite a gold mine for just sort of seeing into internet society. But I thought it would be better to do this on this channel because although these are things that do definitely make me laugh and giggle, I do actually want to use this as a little bit more of an opportunity for example and a little bit of analysis and a little bit of breaking down certain things when it comes to specifically relationships. What I've just discovered is nice guys and nice girls. Now, some of you are going to know what that means. Some of you are going to get to understand what that means as we look into this and stuff. I think we all know somebody or have interacted with somebody, or we might even be this person in our lives, right? I just didn't realize it was so chronic. One of the things that I love to do is just analyze like that. I love to break down human behavior and interaction and communication. I find it fascinating the way we respond and reply depending on our self-perception and our perspective of romance and relationships, etc. So I really want to use this as an opportunity to maybe sort of to find some examples of things that I have already been discussing. These are things that I talk about quite a lot when it comes to learning how to have a relationship with yourself and really getting out of expectation and perception of romantic relationships, etc. I talk about it every single day of my life on TikTok because it's the number one thing that people struggle with all of the time. They come in for spiritual help, but all they really want is for their relationship to just be perfect or to know they're going to have a perfect relationship. And I'm like, it's about so many more things than that. Nice guys and nice girls on Reddit and things that people post in its messages and even just sometimes memes and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is such a great example of what I've been talking about. I do not want to call it toxicity. So it's not so much that people are toxic, it's more about, well, okay, that's not true. Some people, I guess, can kind of be in the really serious stuff cases. That was very bad grammar. But it's almost like actions are toxic, but people are hurt. Actions are toxic, but people are scared. And it is not excusing the most ridiculous, like some people just are only out for themselves. It's not excusing that at all. It doesn't make it okay. But what it can do for the rest of us is help us understand at least why they are operating that way. Does not mean we have to tolerate it. Doesn't mean we have to stick around for it if, we are the ones involved in it or whatever. But it does give us some kind of bigger picture thing of, okay, that person kind of makes sense. They went through this, or they learned this, or they've got this view, or they've got this belief system based on blah, 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 blah in their life and blah, 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 blah in their society. And so I kind of can see how they've ended up at this point. It would be weird of me to expect them to be anything other than really what they have become, given the state of things. I would like for you to be better. It would be nicer for this world for you to be better. Can't really expect you to be different. So, nice guys and nice girls, you guys, are basically a great example of this that I'm talking about here. I want to be able to dive into some here. I really don't know what's going to come up and stuff. I want to be more open to just seeing them with fresh eyes. So I'm not going to be necessarily scrolling on Reddit myself. I'm just going to be using videos from YouTube and stuff or whatever, which I'm going to be linking over the side so you guys can read along too. I can read them out loud. And then we're kind of just going to dig into them, you guys. Some of the ones that I feel are worth digging into, some of the ones that I feel really represent examples of what I'm talking about. Now, sometimes the relationship with yourself obviously is definitely formed and practiced and learnt with through relationships with other people, but I really think specifically when it comes to romance and attraction, which is more what most of us are dealing with, when those things come into play, it really gets warped and skewed because obviously we are still animals. We are evolving socially and technologically and all of those other things faster than we are physically and chemically and biologically, right? So we've still got all of these instinctual mechanisms that make us think that, oh, attraction must mean love. Attraction plus affection must mean love. Do you know what I mean? And there's obviously a lot of people people are just all in different places when it comes to this. And when that view is applied to however high or low or however warped or not their self-esteem and their self-perception and their self-love is going to directly determine how they're going to react or respond to sort of things not going their way. And this is what I notice here with nice guys and nice girls. It's like when things suddenly don't go my way, my belief system is thrown into play, my questioning of my self-esteem is thrown into play, my perception of what romance and love and attraction is thrown into, and all of that gets very, very confusing. And obviously for most human beings, we sort of tend to default to our fight or flight. But with these specific posts, you guys, most of these people just resort to fight, which can't pretend that I don't love it, because it's really funny. Okay, so let's get into this, you guys. This one's got like 4.4 million views. I'm going to link it down below, you guys. Hopefully they're going to go read along. If they don't read along, I will read it for us as well. Okay, let's go.
Bjorn, I want to ask a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Will you go out with me?
I can't right now. I'm with someone.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to kill myself tonight.
Hi. This is what I wanted to do this video for. This is not a video about shaming people for being a certain way, all right? It's nothing to do with the personal or the personality thing. I just want to use these as examples of explaining and directly giving you context for the things that I talk and teach about, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. And when they said that they were going to unalive themselves, that's the very example of my happiness is entirely conditional on whether or not somebody else does or says or complies in a way that I hope or expect or want. And let's face it, that is probably one of the biggest realities most of us have to realize as we get into our older lives, is you're not going to get what you want. You're not always going to get what you want. In fact, when you're looking at the statistics of you trying for something, even a dream, a goal, or a relationship here, the odds are you're not going to get it right more times than you are going to get it right. It's like a beast hunting in the wild. It's only 1 out of 10 times that tiger actually gets the prey. It's only... Oh, that's probably a bad way of putting it, right? Especially when we're talking about relationships. But failure is much more likely than success, right? Or at least getting it wrong. Because you have to realize if you did not get it wrong several times first, you would not be learning how to get it right. Same with walking, talking, writing your name. It's a similar kind of thing here where it's like, because this went wrong, it must mean that it's always wrong, right? And I'm always trying to get through to people. You understand that learning is to get it wrong. Surely learning is to get something wrong until you get it right, and then you have learnt, right? Learning is specifically, surely, by definition, the process of kind of getting it wrong and not knowing something first. So to turn around to say to somebody, I am literally going to decide to not exist anymore because you are not making me happy, there's a fundamental underlying issue here of, I don't believe I can ever get what I want. I don't believe that it's possible. I don't believe that happiness is attainable because it hasn't happened specifically in this instance. So I'm just going to give up on the whole thing.
Yeah, we can meet up and go through the project. It looks easy enough. We can finish quick.
Okay, just don't try anything. You were talking about your girl last class, and I don't want to interfere with that. I've been the other woman before, and I don't want to ever do that again.
Sorry. I love the way that they read the mistakes in the sentence. It's so funny. And I love the voices. I absolutely love the voices. Okay.
I saw you staring at me last
Right.
class, and I don't think you should be doing that if you have a girl.
You brought 3 honey buns to class. I was staring because I thought you'd offer one. You didn't. I will get a new partner. It's all good.
Yes. And do you know what, mate? Bring some honey buns as well for you and your new partner. All right? We're going to go on this non-bias. We're going to come in from both sides. We want to live in the grey area. Maybe she genuinely thought he was staring at her. Maybe she genuinely is having this response because she genuinely thought he was looking at her because she had the honey buns. But obviously then we have on the other side where it's just like sort of finding an excuse. It does seem like on some level we're just trying to find an excuse to connect with this person, finding an excuse that fits our pre-existing hope or belief or assumption that that person likes. And I'm curious, does this person have it? Does she have it with everyone? Does she have this with a lot of people? Or is it just with this one because she has some kind of attraction towards him? Okay, you guys are gonna have to deal with my hair out because it's wet. I had a shower and I need it to dry, so I'm just gonna leave it here for a minute while we continue.
How come I go for guys that are uglier than me and I still get hurt? LMAO!
Okay. There is obviously a natural part of me that wants to make jokes and stuff. And I'm like, if you're attaching your emotions to somebody that you're only with because of how they look, it's your own fault, right? You can be attracted to somebody and pursue a relationship with them just based on that attraction. In which case, both of you needs to understand that emotions are not really something that is playing a part just yet. Yeah, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This person who's like, I've started my relationship and now it's like, okay, we're in a relationship, so I invest my emotions now, right? No, if the relationship was not established as an emotional connection first and it was just based on the physicality, you're gonna have to wait for that other stuff to come in. I've got it, you guys. I've got it. How come I go for guys who are uglier than me and I still get hurt? In the first place, we're going for guys who are uglier than me because that way they will feel like they've shot up and they will want to keep hold of me. That's why. She's expecting not to get hurt because if she goes for somebody that she deems to be physically lower on the totem pole than she is, they'll want to keep hold of her. You know, I need to keep my claws in this because I don't want to let it go. I should be really lucky for what I've got. Do you know what I mean? That's her tactic.
I only friend-zoned you because you're too perfect.
That makes no sense.
You'd make a better husband
Yeah.
than boyfriend, and I wanted to keep you around until the time was right. If we ever dated and broke up, I'd hate to lose you forever.
Right. Okay. So some people genuinely do kind of feel that way. Some people genuinely have this mindset, which is okay. It's up to them. Live your life. But they genuinely do have this mindset where they don't want to risk losing that person in their life for the sake of maybe having a working relationship, just in case they make a mistake or something goes wrong or it doesn't happen. I would just want you in my life, even just as a friend. This person, however, the way it's coming around, I only friend zoned you because you're too perfect. I don't think they intentionally meant to friend zone this person. It was probably some kind of play. If I make it look like I'm friend zoning you, it will make you want me more. Based on the social understanding of what friend zoning is, if two people are actually friends, there's no such thing as friend zone. Friend zone, kind of by its definition, is kind of a negative thing. Almost kind of for both parties involved, but certainly for one, obviously. So it's like the fact that you've friend zoned and you've come back and said that you friend zoned because they're too perfect, it's like tells me that you did not necessarily mean to friend zone in the first place. This is you trying to backtrack on that and stuff, right? Because you thought by friend zoning them, it was going to bring them closer. They were going to start chasing in some way, based on the social understanding.
All girls keep the good ones around
Until
until
the time is right. So what I love here is the assumption that it is the girl's decision. All the girls keep the good ones around until the time is right, implying that she is just going to keep him hanging on and hanging on and hanging on until she's ready. You know, they just got to keep people around as friends. And I think she's kind of misconstrued a little bit what the friend zone is. Yeah.
No offense,
Not
but like,
offense.
why don't boys like me? Like, I don't even like any boys, but seeing my friend have 2 boys after her is very rude.
I like this. I don't think this person is, like, they are complaining, but they seem like they're being sort of a little bit sarcastic as well. It's like, oh, my friend having 2 boys after her is rude. How can she do that to me? That's a perfect example. I don't even feel like I want something. I don't even want boys right now. I'm not even interested in it right now. But just the act of seeing somebody else have it makes my survival mechanism kick in, that somebody else is going to have it and I'm not. The 2 biggest things that we do it with is love in all forms. Friendship, attention, children, romance, all different kinds of love. But love and money. Money. Right? That's the other one that we do it with. Think about a child. A child is not wanting to play with the play hospital stuff until another child comes along and picks it up, right? If that child didn't even see that other child pick it up, they probably wouldn't want it. I mean, there's a lot going on, obviously, when you're a child, but you can see how this is playing out here. I don't even want that toy. Well, she's saying boys, but I don't want that toy. But my friend came along and she picked up the toy. Now all of a sudden I want the toy. And it's like, yes, survival mechanism, you guys. We're never going to be able to get rid of it. Certainly not in our lifetimes, okay? That's going to take a lot longer to evolve. But we can work with it, right? We can recognize these feelings and then recognize, oh, that's just my survival mechanism making me think that I need something in order to survive. When in actual fact, I'm standing here right now and I'm living my life and I don't have that and I'm absolutely fine. Or at least, you know, I'm functional. It's not actually a threat to the existence of her life, but her brain is making her think that is. And it's just a good time for us to step in and go, okay, yes, I am thinking and feeling that. That's okay. I'm human. I got to do it. But I kind of know where this is coming from. And because I know where this is coming from, I can start to change the way that I think. I can start to change what I focus on so that my brain becomes occupied elsewhere with things that are in my life and that are working out, so on and so forth.
Maybe it's because you're gross and post stuff saying boys should die? They can probably smell your bitterness coming from a mile away.
See, this is why I wanted to do it without videos I've watched before. It's important for me to just get this fresh to my eyeballs. I want it beamed fresh to my eyeballs because I did not know that was what was going to come out.
They're all ugly anyway. I posted that in a moment of weakness, and I've once again decided that all men should, in fact,
Die.
So this is less about I don't even like any boys and more about I don't like boys because boys don't like me. They're not a lost cause. It's not that. It's just they're kind of in a position where they've made their decision for now. Maybe you want to try girls? I don't know.
all because of you.
All because of you.
I hope you're happy with yourself.
Sorry, what's all because of you? What am I looking at here? Is that them in a hospital gown?
Randomly blocking anyone is not okay. You deserve the worst things in life.
I get this a lot.
And then you wonder why not even an online girl who looks like a horse can
Okay,
tolerate
I'm gonna stop
you.
after the horse there for a second before we go any further. I get this a lot, you guys. Not me from people, but I get a lot of people asking me, do you think it's a good idea for me to go in a direction that makes the person worry about me? They are stating that you have made me feel so bad about this and whatever has gone on and blah, 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 that I've ended up in the hospital, right? I've ended up in this horrid state. And let's say she is in the hospital right now. You're telling me what that person does, what they say, has such an impact on you that you ended up in this state because of it. And what I get is a lot of people asking, not necessarily should I pretend I'm in hospital, but I'm imagining some of them definitely have those thoughts, is should I do something to make them worry about me? So for example, do you think if I get with somebody else, they'll realize what they're missing? Do you think if I stop talking to them or whatever, they would realize something is wrong? And then tying our happiness to whether or not they take the bait, essentially.
Okay, no, I take that back. That's too mean for my taste. But you look like a fucking prison inmate. I'm smarter, hotter, and better than you'll ever be. Last night I kissed someone.
Yeah.
Something you
Now I've got to
never
make
done.
myself feel better because you've made me feel so bad.
And he was hotter than you.
Feel sorry for me because you've pushed me to this point, but also be jealous of me because I'm doing excellently. It's kind of, this person's kind of throwing every tactic at the wall right now to kind of see what sticks, trying to get them to respond. And one of the things that I love about the nice guys, nice girls is when people make that switch. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you're such a hottie, you're so cute, I want to sleep with you, blah, blah, blah. And then the other person turns around and is like, nah, I'm not really interested, or I have a partner. And then they'll just turn around and be like, you fat bee, or you look like a prison inmate. Yeah, I'm trying to get you to respond right now. You didn't respond when I said that I was feeling bad. I'm understanding that you don't care about me as much as you care about yourself. That's the perception. So if you care about yourself, let me attack you and your ego and see if that gets a response.
What made you think that was okay?
Okay.
I'm asking, what made you think that was okay to send without
Somebody
consent?
sent it an unsolicited picture.
It's cool, no worries. I won't send none ever again.
No.
Why did you send it in the first place here? Again, it's kind of like a testing the waters sort of thing. But then I'm like, why run the risk of testing the waters and why not just ask? At least if you ask, you don't have to run the risk. You literally will just have your answer. But it's not about the person. Obviously, you can say no more, thank you so much. You do whatever, you delete them, you block them, you do whatever you have to do and stuff. But in that moment, just know that's them, that person letting you know they don't respect you. They're not thinking about you. This is nothing to do with what you want and them getting to know you and they're interested in you. They just want somebody they just want to know that somebody is looking because it makes them feel good. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's unsolicited.
So like I was saying, I had a question for you. I was just wondering, how big is your eggplant? Hello?
Sorry. I just didn't know how to reply to that, to be honest. Listen,
Yeah,
you seem
how
like
on
a nice
earth are
enough
you
person,
supposed to-
but
what are
I
you
don't know
supposed
if I've
to
been
say?
feeling any spark between us. I think we're just looking
Yeah.
for different things.
That's a great...
What the fuck? So 2 days of chatting down the drain just for asking you one question?
No, the point he's trying to make, the point that Green is trying to make is that you, White, have been speaking for 2 days and they're not feeling a spark. That's it. This person was already going to say that same thing to you whether you asked that question or not. But then it's how the white comes in here and is like, okay, I'm going to take this personally now. I'm going to feel like something is wasted. I'm going to feel like I put my time and effort into something just to get nothing out of it. And again, our ego comes into play. This is why we respond like this. It's because we're in this thing of just like, I feel slighted, building my self-esteem up in this situation. And now it's been torn out because I cannot hold it for myself. I'm relying on somebody else to bring it to me. When they rip that rug out from underneath my feet, or when things like this happen, which is just a person not interested in me, I feel like my entire foundation is shaking because I cannot hold that self-esteem for myself. A person with healthy self-esteem would just respond to greed and say, absolutely. Maybe they would say, I wasn't feeling that way and stuff or whatever. But if that's how you're feeling, then I'm probably not going to feel the spark from here knowing that's how you feel. So we're just two people going into sort of passing ships in the night. Okay, no, it's not for us. Let's go in different directions. This other person is going, hey, where are you going? Why are you going? Why are you going? Why are you trying to go this way?
Sorry, I'm just not interested. I just wanted to be honest and let you know that. It's not just because of that.
I wish more people could be in that mindset. I appreciate this person for being able to do that. If more of us could do that and just say, I'm just trying to be honest, just let you know, I'm not feeling the spark.
Do you understand how much of my time you've wasted? I'm fucking gorgeous.
Oh.
I could have spent that time chatting to guys
Maybe
way
on the
hotter than you,
outside.
and I chose to talk to you. Don't you see that? I answered so many personal questions about me, and you won't answer one? To me, that just shows your dick is so small you're embarrassed by it. So why would I want your tiny fucking cock anyways?
Again, there must be a reason. Okay, so for this is a really great example of belief systems and perception. There must be a reason that you're not interested in me beyond how attractive I am. I live in a world where if somebody is attracted to me, then they're attracted to me. If somebody talks to me, then they must be attracted to me. If I'm attracted to someone, they must be attracted to me. Any one or all of these kinds of things operating. So when Green comes in here and says, I'm not really interested, I just want to be honest with you, it's not really just because of the question. That's genuinely all it is. And I know it's hard to not be offended by that, but it's kind of how it is. We've got to kind of be able to adopt these perspectives with relationships. You are out there trying different things. Some things are going to be meh. And some things are going to be like, oh, that's really nice. I would like to try that again. You know, this person tried it and was like, it's just not for me. Do you know what I mean? They didn't particularly dislike it until obviously this point. And so what White has done here has been like, well, I've got to hammer at you. There must be a reason as to why you don't like me. Either because I have to be liked or I'm so used to being liked. There must be a problem with you that you don't find me attractive because either I have to be attractive or I'm used to being attractive. Because it can't be a problem with me. I cannot believe that for the sake of my survival, or I'm so used to not being that. One or the other, or maybe both. So it must be a problem with you, Green. It has to be a problem. It cannot be a problem with me. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to leave it there. We're going to do this in 3 sections. It's 15 minutes long, and I've just covered the first 5 minutes. So it seems like a good time to cut it off because I am talking about these a lot. We're analysing them a lot, so I don't want this to turn into a huge video. Thank you so much for joining me with this, you guys, okay? If you see anything about yourself or anybody that you know in one of these, please lead them back to this video. Please rewatch it and stuff. This is one of the things where I love to laugh. It does make me laugh. I'm human and I've got a dark sense of humour. People's relationship crap makes me laugh. However, I just think it's a fascinating insight into what I talk about relationships all of the time. I love to study romantic relationships as part of human behavior. I love to study romantic relationships separate from other ones, specifically because of how they make us act. They bring out all our trauma. They bring out all our fear. They bring out all our inner child limitations. It's possibly the one relationship, kind of bar the ones with our parents and our kids really, that all of that stuff comes to the surface because we're the most vulnerable. We're the most vulnerable outside of the family setting in a romantic setting. And this is perfect examples, you guys. Perfect examples, right? So we're going to be doing a lot more of these. I will see you guys in the next one, which will just be out in the next couple of days and stuff, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, hit the notifications. We will be back with another Manifestation 101 on Friday, you guys. This week is going to be talking about the second tool in your manifestation toolbox, which is scripting, which is one of my favorites. I love to write and I love to be super descriptive, and scripting is just, it's one of my favorites. So make sure you stick around for that, you guys. Make sure you're a subscriber so you don't miss out on those videos. And I will see my TikTok fam over on TikTok. I will see the rest of you guys over at the World of Filara, where we are just about to start delving into, what are we doing? We're going to do some more cringy American commercials, you guys. So if you're not following my other channel, it's going to be down in the description box. I'll link it up here in the top corner as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you real soon. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye.